What's up, y'all? I'm Sheila J, and welcome to the Diva Dish. This episode is all about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. We're at episode 9, Loyal Till the End. They packed so much story in 53 minutes. The drama, the costumes, the acting, the direction, everything was just... Alright, so just piggybacking off last episode, one thing that was just ringing in my ear was Lou taking Unique's jacket out of his car. Why did he do that? Then, of course, Juke, you know, she toe down. She ain't feeling good. She depressed. You know, it's a lot. Lulu. Rock let Marvin go. So it's like Marvin is just a loose cannon around here. Then Tony trick ass with the damn DA, FBI, whoever it is. It's like, you got to charge. If you don't want the charge, you need to get us some more info on these Kanan folks, okay? And then, of course, Malcom pretty much giving Rock an ultimatum that if you don't let me see Kanan, there's going to be some problems for him, you, everybody. And, of course, Divina's gone. Her mama done died. They found her body, which means she's probably cracked out somewhere, child. And they done came and took Tanisha and Divina, so Divina gone. That leaves Kanan to some idle mind-ish. Alright, so the episode opens. It's Marvin. He is, as it looks like, some kind of junkyard or some child, and he's got a van coming, and you know, 50's opening up with his narration that he does so well, talking about, you know, you might have a crew, you might have your boys, but pretty much you're in this world alone, just like Rock said last episode when she was meeting with Dean, when he told her that your services are no longer needed. That, you know, he was like, I don't trust you. She said, nobody trusts anybody in this business. What are you talking about? Moving on. So he's at this yard, and Lil Rob, who is the guy who told Malcom about Kanan, and you know, him being the one that, you know, put out the bad crack. So he's picking up Marvin, and they're going on a ride. We're panning into the hospital, and Unique is walking out with looks like his son. You know, he got his bodyguards with him, got on this little mink child, and they walk into the car, and here comes, bang, bang, shoot 'em up, child. Marvin acting a goddamn fool, shooting up the parking lot. Fortunately, remember back, and I think it was episode 1 or 2, D-Wiz said that, rest in peace, D-Wiz. D-Wiz said, you know, his car is bulletproof. He took it to Utah somewhere, child. It really was. Moving on. But let it be known that Unique was furious. And Marvin looked him right in the face. He was shooting his car up, child. The look on Unique's face when he saw Marvin shooting that gun out that van, and he was holding his son, and the only thing in between them was that bulletproof BMW. Great investment for a drug dealer. Good for you, Unique. Okay, it's like the tone for the episode is people with nothing to lose. Nothing. Or with everything to lose. So we jump to the hospital scene, and it's Rock. Lulu's, of course, in the bed, which means he's not dead. And Jessica, J-Lo. So Rock is like, you know, she's like, I was gonna go home and shower, you know. Of course, you know, she been at the hospital, she been true and blue. And it's like, I'm kind of like, but, I mean, Lulu is her meal ticket, child. Meal ticket, D. Anyway, so she's like, you know, I want to go home and take a shower, you know, but I didn't want to leave. And he wake up. If he wakes up, and Rock was like, he waking up. That's my little brother. He taking a little nap. Right. And he gonna get up. Okay. It's good. No, it's good though for people you love to, you know, be pulling for you. So I'm about it because I want Lulu to wake up. Yeah. So anyway, so she leaves. And Rock is doing this monologue pretty much. She's like, basically, I took my eye off the ball. I, you know, started hanging with Symphony, you know, fell in love, and I forgot who I was. In these streets, they forgot who I was. But I do have one question. Had she left last episode? Did she leave? Remember they got into a little tiff? She did put on some jeans. And she was like, you know what's different between me and your hateful ass and something. Because, I don't know. But she does seem very faithful right now. We'll see. Moving on. So Symphony gets there. And he, of course, is like, you know, I was so scared. I was worried about you. When I heard everything she said, why are you scared? He said, because that's what normal people do about people they care about. They hear about something tragic happening, and they get afraid a little bit, you know, worried about them because they care. Basically, Rock was mad at him because she feels like she failed her brother, family, son, because she didn't have her head in the clouds with Simp. Maybe. I think she's overreacting. I don't really know what Symphony's deal is still, but at the end of the scene, he did, even though Rock was being a bitch, she was. Basically, she broke up with him again, child, and was like, you'll find some co-ed to hop on, child. And he was like, fuck you. That's about right. But he did let her know. He said, tell Marvin not to trust Tony, because he was at the bar when Marvin stormed out and Tony was trying to implicate him because she had the bug in the bedroom. And then the two guys were sitting in the bar. So he did not have to do that. But again, I have to go back to, I think it was episode 3, when Symphony came to pick up Kanan. Came to pick up Kanan, and Scrap was in the station. And as soon as Symphony spoke, he said, I'm here to pick up Kanan, Thomas or Williams, whatever the name is. Scrap turned around and looked like, I know you. How? We'll see. Moving on. So this next thing, loyal to the end. So it shows Marvin in the car with Rod, big mouth. And basically terminates the friendship. Moving on. Then. This episode was so good, y'all. Okay, so then we cut to the hospital. Malcom is outside smoking a cigarette, and he sees this nurse walk outside, y'all, with a bag. She sees these two knuckleheads roll up, look like they're from the hood, right? So you know the whole shootout and everything that happened there, so I'm sure that's why it's there. Child. So the lady pulls something out the bag that she hands to the two knuckleheads, and it's like badges and things. So of course his detective antennas go up, and he pretty much, you know, assesses that they're here to carry out the hit on Luke. So basically they take what's in the bag is orderly clothes, and they get dressed, they put their guns in food containers, they have these badges, so they get in the hospital. Basically Malcom had set him up, let him get all the way to the room, and flanked him from behind. It's like, put your guns down, it's not gonna happen. It's cute. Then, child, Nicole's mama is the first Karen ever. In 1993, I think was the year that thing was in, that movie. First, at the station, going off on Burke. Talking about, she killed my daughter. She said, I heard your daughter died of a drug overdose. She gave them to her. My daughter's not a victim. She's not a girl. I understand your grief, but calm down, okay? Karen ain't having it. She was basically like, just being Karen, child. Moving on. Back to the hospital. You know, Malcom feeling like the big man. You know, he's gotten Lou rescued, you know, so he's going to use this, of course, as leverage to further his cause, to further what he was talking to her about last episode when he pulled her over. Like, you need to arrange for me to meet Kanan. So he went on in this conversation, though, to say that if the time comes when I should need something from Kanan that you have to weigh in on, I need your allegiance. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? He did not elaborate, but of course we know he's talking about this bone marrow child. Rock just looked at him like, interesting. She's slow now, you know. She may be a lot of things, but slow is not one. Intuitive, number one, I would say. Moving on. So, then we jump to Juke is at the cemetery. And Burke, she's stalking number one child, rolling up on him. Like, what's up? So they're chit-chatting, and I called it. Especially after Nicole died, I felt like I was getting lesbian tease from Burke. And I was like, what if she turns Juke out and becomes the reason Juke becomes a cop? Crooked cop, but a cop nonetheless. Killing cop, not a good way, but one nonetheless. Okay, so she's at the cemetery, and they're talking, you know, they're doing everything short of braiding each other's hair. They're talking about their first loves. And, you know, she's trying to be relatable. I feel like Juke, you know, caught up on it, of course. And, yeah. Takes the bait, but, you know, in a way where she knows she can get off the hook. Moving on. So then we go back to the hospital, and Kanan gets there to see his Uncle Lou. So, you know, he had to go to another room because, you know, the whole thing went down. So, he asked his mom, because Rock is there. He's like, what happened? You know, why did Uncle Lou have to move rooms? And he was like, because some guys came up here and tried to kill him. Oh, that's their world, child. And, you know, Rock was like, we're safe now. You know, don't worry about it. We're good. So they've not spoken since the big blow up, you know, basically where she said, you know, like she was talking to Marvin pretty much. I'm sick of cleaning up your messes. And then Kanan had the nerve to put all that bass in his voice and say, you know, it's your fault. Kind of is, but you don't want to say that to your mom. Especially a goating, pistol-toting Annie like Rock. And she, of course, proceeded to smack the shit out of him. So basically at the hospital, he's like, you know, I get it, you know, why you did what you did. You were right. I made a mess. And she was like, say no more, you know, let bygones be bygones. You deserve to know the truth. And I'm going to tell you the truth from here on out. Moving on. So then we cut back to Burke and Juke, the newlyweds. And basically, Juke is like, why are you following me? And she was. I'm buying ice cream and shit, but she's, you know, she's like, she'll slide a question in there. She was like, I heard that the blue top that Nicole had, you know, Lil Rob said that Kanan, and, you know, of course she was like, dead at that shit immediately. Like, no, whoever told you that was lying, and you need to just know. So, but she played it off. She was like, you know, if you had some on Kanan, you would have been gone and, you know, wrapped him up by now, child. Then she goes on. She was like, all right, well, let me ask about Buck 20 and D-Wiz. So at this point, Juke is like, I'm out. You're doing too much. Moving on. So then we got to the chapel. Rock is in there. Marvin walks in. Marvin, killer. Rock, killer. Oof, moving on. So they chit-chatting, and he was like, turn that knee car is bulletproof. Trust me. I blew that motherfucker up. He did. So basically, she's, you know, she was like, talking to him like she talked to Kanan, child. Basically, like, you gonna mess up what I got in motion. You were not supposed to be taking a hit at Neek. You are not working for me. And no, she said it. He was like, did you forget you fired me? I'm not in the family with the organization anymore. You forgot that part? I do what I want.
I did.
So then he goes into, you know, I'm your big brother. How, you know, how emasculating basically it feels to know that you basically took my position. And, yeah. And she was like, sorry. He was like, I'll come back. But you gotta treat me, you know, respectfully. Okay. You feel better? Moving on. Marvin. Mad at you. Moving on. So they make up, kiss, 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 hug, hug, hug. We're brother and sister, family, family. And she said, take whatever work we got. Sell everything we got. Do it at your little gas station, whatever you and Kanan got going on. Just get it sold, get it done. We need every dollar we can get for this next operation. What they call them, child? Theater and war, whatever. And, yeah, she called it a revolution. Moving on. Ooh, so then we cut to Malcom. He's at the doctor's office, and he's so happy. He's like, you know, guess what? You know, I'm one step closer to garnering this relationship with my son. You know, I talked to his mother, and basically I have her, you know, it's word of mouth right now, nothing signed, but you know, it's going down. So then we cut back to the hospital. Of course, Malcom was there with his doctor, you know, so happy telling the doctor that he's gonna meet his son tonight. Then it cuts to Lou's room. Juke is there, Rocket's there, you know, Lou still not up. Yeah. Then Rocket's like, you know, Kanan told me about your friend. I'm so sorry. They're at the hospital and Juke is like, can we talk for a minute? So she takes it over to a window seat and they're chit-chatting about, she's like, this cop keeps following me. And Rock peeping game, Rock was like, she was like, yeah, she popped up on me here, she popped up on me there, she got me out of trouble. And Rock was like, it sounds like she might like you. And Juke played it down. Juke, no. But she played it down. I feel like she kind of likes her too. So then she was like, one of the things that Malcom said to Rock was, last week when they were meeting was, you know, if you don't let me meet Kanan, because at first he was threatening with rumors, child. Well, no, not rumors, but the murders. But anyway, he was like, you don't want the hood to know that, you know, you were messing with a cop, pretty much, because they would just label you a snitch. And essentially, you know, Juke was saying the same thing. She was like, I don't want to be associated with no cop. And then Brock was like, sometimes having a cop is a good idea. As a friend is a good idea. She said, continue. I think, hold on, child, let me see. Okay, I want you guys to envision the Jaws music starting right now in this episode. Dun-dun. So we're at Marvin's. It's Kanan and Marvin. And they're cleaning guns, looks like. And Marvin said, looks like your ball's about to drop, bruh. Your mama told me to get out the best gat for you. Here you go. Gives him this gun. And Marvin is playing Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. Or Dumpty Dumpty Lie, somebody most down job. Smokey probably wrote it. Anyway. So Katie kind of ragging him about the music. He was like, you need to put some with the bass on. You know, I'm going to go to the corner with my new gat, listen to some Lumdy Lumdy Lie. Okay? So he was like, go in Juke's room. I know Juke got a good old tape in there, some child. So he goes in Juke's room. He's looking through her stuff. And there's a compartment under one of her drawers where the videotape of her and Nicole and pictures that they took in a, you know, one of the little mall photo booths, child. He's hot. So unfortunate. Anyway, like, really, nigga, you a whole killer. You won't get mad at your daughter because she a lesbian. Really? Anyway, so, he's pissed. He's looking at the TV. Kanan comes in. He's like, what you doing? And he's like, nothing. You know, he turned it off real quick. And he's like, gonna go. I'll catch up with you later. So Kanan leaves. Marvin flips the damn TV over. Like, Marvin, you got me wondering now. How you doing? Is that your problem? Are you not being true to yourself? Is that why you're so bothered by the fact that your daughter is? Why are you so angry? Moving on. This makes me so mad, this whole scene. That's why it's so good. Not even, like, he's watching the video, just disgust and contempt on his face. Really reminds me of, I don't know if you've seen American Beauty, the dad that killed Kevin Spacey. You know, he was military Mr. Man, but was gay. And killed Kevin Spacey because he came on to him and was rebuffed. Same energy. we cut back to the police station after Marvin has a full adult tantrum. And Burke is looking at, of course, evidence from the cases. She looks, I think it's Buck 50's picture she's looking at, Buck 20. And then Malcom walks up, because he in a good mood now, child. He done saved the day. He done talked to Raquel. He feel like he got some leverage so he can get this good old bone mirror from Kanan, child. He about to meet his boy tonight. It's a good day. So basically, she's like, once again, you always so hush, hush, shh. You don't tell me nothing. And basically, he flips it on her. He's the flip master, child. And it's like, leave this shit with these cases alone. Because, he's going to have to get Kanan off. So he wants all of the cocaine, jack crack, the bad crack, Buck 20, the whiz. Like, he want all it to go away. Okay? So he can keep Kanan out of jail so he can get that good old bone marrow. So yeah, he storms off like a bitch, and she stepped looking, because she's not stupid, slow or dumb. She just kind of like, what's your deal? Moving on. Marvin, you get these right here. You were so inappropriate with your daughter, with your child. Basically, Juke came home. He was like, so what are you, some girl? And so fucking stupid. What are those? Are you Lebanese now? Marvin. He smacks her, tells her, oh, so bad. She spit in his face for talking about his girlfriend. But really? That's your daughter. Even your son. Like, when you see these videos with the daddies be punching their little sons in the jaw, that ain't cute. That is assault. So she fights back. It was just bad. And side note, he finally references her mom, who's going to be played by Latoya Luckett. Looks like next season. Wonderful. Because there's only one more episode of this one left, so I cannot wait. And I love Latoya Luckett with her singing ass. And she can act. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. Yeah. Marvin, to you. Moving on. I want to say I'm thinking about the Rocky song, dun, 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 dun. But why did dun, 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 the 9 to 5 song come to mind? But anyway, it's not funny. Okay, so Rock is talking to Kanan. He's like, let me see that gun Marvin gave you. So she's like, you know what? I hate that, you know what, you were right. I did kind of make you into what you are. I should have let you go to that school. I should have moved you in with your grandma, lady at church. Yeah, because she went to church. Oof, child, yes. I'm sorry. I was so excited to get to this little crook part right here. But yeah, she went to church earlier and saw her mom, and her mom was like, don't blame me for your problems, it's you. And, granted, parents do things to, give us all issues, child. As an adult, at some point, either you're going to let it go, move on, or continue to suffer from something that happened years ago. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy, child, but, oof. Moving on. So yeah, so it's panning between Rock and Kanan talking and Unique giving his crew a talking, cause they about to go wreck it the fuck Ralph. They came up to him with his boy, his child. like I said last week, it's about to get, sister got so nasty, y'all. It's just about to get pornographic, child. But yeah, so Rock is basically gassing Kanan up, saying tonight, basically you're being jumped in. You are going to kill somebody pretty much innocent to you. Somebody that has not done anything to you. It's not caused you any real problems. Then we see Unique talking to his crew. I don't know why, but it reminded me of William Wallace talking to the Wallaces, the Scotsmen, the Klansmen. And then it kind of reminded me of Tyrion at the Blackwater show, Game of Thrones. It's intense. Unique is pissed. It's hot, baby. The hot. But Rock's talk to Kanan, that was mind fucking PHUCKING on a whole nother level. Cause she had blood and love in there with the game. If she's not nominated for an Emmy, if the show's writers, this is Emmy-worthy material. The bomb. Now, mind you, last episode she was telling him basically what a fuck up he was. But she was not lying. But she is pumping him so full of gas right now, saying, you are that nigga, you right, you my child, you been right. Game. Yeah, she's like, you're my son, and I guess it's the way it was always gonna be. What you're gonna do tonight is gonna seem hard, but you gotta do it. You wanna be in. I showed you how to cook crack. I let you have your little operation, kinda. I didn't kill you. Now it's time to pay the piper and become the savage. Basically, I'm turning you into. And then the cherry on top. You want to talk about game? She said, you got to save me, baby. Mark, you play too much. You gonna play that card? Savage. Then we cut to the hospital. Jess is saying her laying on his lap, loose. I'm still gonna suspect you, side-eyeing you. This Lou is still the MVP to me, my favorite. Lou wakes up. He like, where everybody at? Lou, nigga, we been here all the whole time. We got to save your life again. And everybody like, child. So, this next scene, this is where Rock goes to church. So this next scene, Rock is at church. The choir is singing, the storm is passing over. Okay, is it? Seems like the cloud just, it's like spreading like that thing off of Stranger Things. So yeah, she's in church. The preacher's preaching, the choir's singing, of course, and yeah, so we cut to the banquet hall. Everybody in there getting a good old plate. Ooh, a good old chicken plate at the church would be the bomb. So they're getting a good old plate, and Rock runs into her mother. And a reference that Marvin made when he was talking to Rock earlier, he was like, you know, we grew up real hard. Mom and Dad were both basically drug addicts. Yeah. So then, oh, so many cuts. So then it cuts to Burke and Juke in the car. And seems inappropriate. Juke is a lot younger than this cop. Even though I want her to have a friend, but oh well. Anyway, so Juke tells her, you and your cop friends need to watch out because it's about to get real smoky in these streets, quoting Unique. Like, you're not safe. Get out. So then we cut back to Rock and her mom. You can tell her mom is, you know, she looked real nice. Child looked like she wanted the Jefferson's name, but then of course she joins. She's like, it's been about a year since you've been to church, child. Okay. She said, something gone down, something happened. What's up? Why you at church, slut? And Rock is like, basically, you know I'm a drug killer, big killer, drug queen pen. You don't ever think I feel shit about what I do? She's like, what you do is what you do. You gotta answer for it, not me, child. You can tell Brock probably wants a little validation right now, a little motherly. It's gonna be okay, baby. Mama had 0 for her. Basically, I ain't never been your problem. You were your problem. Hard to hear, but true. Moving on. So we see Kanan. Looks like he got out of a cab. Took Unique's jacket out of a bag. An original, one and only. I think that Dapper Dan dude. Takes out his gun. You can see it on his face. He's like, holy shit. This is happening. Rock and Lou. Y'all so savage. Y'all so savage. To devise this plan. And granted, it probably was going to be Lou who came up to Malcom in Unique's jacket. Because I know y'all know that he gets down with Unique. But the fact that Kanan is now the shooter, you are literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You got over here your issue with Unique having his coverage. You know, Malcom, that's 1 fire put out. Him writing you about Kanan, getting to know him, and causing you problems just on the fact that he's a cop. So he walks up and sees that it's Malcom. And so 50's narrating over his first murder. He shot him and he was still alive. And 50 was like, you know, friends won't tell where the body's at or some shit, but best friends will help you bury the body. That made sense to me. I guess your mom your best friend, your boss, you just feeling it. You don't know that's your daddy. Whew, it's a lot, Jesus, but so well written. So yeah, he was basically like, some niggas, you know, feel some kind of way about doing certain things. I don't. We know. Yeah. Alright, so what we're left with. The fallout and how they're going to get Kanan off and out of under the light from, you know, killing Malcom. You know, he was in Unique's jacket, so I'm pretty sure that's the angle they're probably going to play. How Lou is going to recuperate, the extent of his injuries. Symphony's role, I don't feel like he's done yet. Burke and Juke. I don't know, maybe Burke gonna have somebody beat the brakes off Marvin. I would not be mad about it. Marvin and Juke. Juke and the new connect. Joaquin, I believe is his name. Juliana's brother. The grieving widow. Not. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a wonderful episode. They spared nothing in the way of suspense Oh, the scenes were so good, especially the one that juxtaposed, and I hope I'm using that word right, went between Rock and Kanan. And I mean, Rock was, you know, pep talking Kanan, and then Unique and his crew. But while Unique had a audience, Rock was much more gangsta. Just the cards she played and how she played on his emotions, and the fact that he wants to please her, and the fact that he's just really a natural born killer. So good. Then I'm wondering, is Divina gonna come back? So much in one little more episode to go, child. Maybe it'll be 2 hours, I don't know. But anyway, if you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the review. I enjoyed watching this show. If you've not watched it, please do. It's so good. So many things. Oh, and then another fallout that Tony, what's gonna happen with that slut? You know, Symphony, hopefully Rock relays a message to Marvin not to trust the bitch, even though they can eat Marvin and stuff. If they want to, for me, I wouldn't miss them one bit. After beating up, almost choking your child out. Not cool. Anyway, thanks y'all. See y'all next week.